What an infuriating and
The
sad
diddler.
day. I guess all the baby oil paid off for P. Diddy because he was too slippery for the justice system. I cannot believe it. They have now reached a verdict on all the charges, and he has been acquitted of the most serious ones.
Crazy.
The Lord of Lube wiggles his way out of it somehow. Despite overwhelming evidence to support the allegations against P. Diddy about the decades worth of evil, criminal activities and actions he has
Crazy.
done, terrorizing the music industry and so many individuals, it seems like the dawn of dildos is about to get away with a slap on the wrist. And maybe not even that much. He has been found guilty on 2 of the lesser charges, which could carry a maximum of 20 years in prison. But I've completely lost faith in the system here. I have to imagine this is all just now horseradish and barnacles. I think he will probably just get away with like 6 months probation or some shit.
5 counts. We have a mixed verdict here. Again, count 1, as it relates to racketeering, not guilty.
Crazy.
Count 2, as it relates to sex trafficking, not guilty. Count
Wild.
3, guilty. Count 4, not guilty.
Okay, so he had 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. But then they only said he was guilty for transportation of prostitution.
Count
What?
5, guilty.
Those 2 counts he was found guilty on, that was like Weenie Hut Jr. level charges compared to the rest, and it's something the defense, I imagine, was extremely pleased to have been found guilty on versus the rest. They were so happy, in fact, that reportedly P. Diddy even stood up and started clapping. Literally like a Tumblr fanfic. He stood up, started clapping, and then like his friends and family erupted into applause. Now the judge is considering what bail should be, and we move on to the next stage, which will be the sentencing for these 2 charges, which carry a maximum of 10 years each. He's not going to be seeing the maximum. He probably won't even be seeing the minimum. They might just let him walk away with being...
I mean, bro, honestly, like, if he didn't get caught now, bro, he's not seeing the max. And whatever he gets, he only has to do, like, what, 70% of it? So, I mean, he might be locked away for 1 year or 2 years. And when he gets out, bro, he's coming for everybody that talks smack on him. I'm just
forced
saying.
to play League of Legends solo queue for like 2 months
I'm
or
just
something, and that'll
saying.
be his punishment. It is such a fucking joke.
If you
what
think
just happened
he's
here.
not coming for you, bro,
I
you're
actually still
dumb.
can't believe it. It is sickening. So I truly wouldn't be surprised if he just fully walks free from this, and I guess we can expect the grand reopening of Puffy Flavor Camp. Everyone out there, sleep in fear. Make sure you're sleeping on your back, because if you sleep on your stomach, P. Diddy might just break into your house in the middle of the night and shove a dildo up your ass. It is still just so fucking unbelievable to me. I thought this was dead to rights. Not only because of the overwhelming evidence, but also his team wasn't exactly a cohesive unit. Like, not that long ago, one of his big lawyers quit, saying he could no longer, under any circumstances, represent him, serve as a member of his council.
Oh, yeah, I
And
remember that.
somehow, they were...
It's like, bro, you said all that like it was like the craziest thing in the world. You're like, oh, man, the stuff he did is so bad. But then clearly it wasn't. Like, what did you leave? What did he see? What did he see that had to make
able
a
to
leap?
squeak a win out from between P. Diddy's greased butt cheeks here. I don't know. Did they promise like freak off invitations to the jury? I have no clue. I don't get it. I really,
freak
truly
off
do not
invitations.
understand how this just happened.
It's a mixed verdict, but it is a stunning victory for the defense. The Mann Act, these charges, these were the easiest for prosecutors to prove, the lowest hanging fruit, merely required showing that state lines were crossed for the purpose to engage in prostitution. We saw a lot of evidence on these charges.
Wild.
Did not have that
This is
element,
literally
Laura,
so
of
wild.
force, fraud, or coercion. And this carries the lightest sentence of these charges. It is a maximum of 10 years. And keep in mind, when you're talking about maximums aren't the rule. They are the exception. They're for the most exceptional and severe cases. So now you're talking about a sentence that's potentially in the lower range with time served because he's been behind bars.
Yeah, again, he's definitely not seeing the maximum penalty for those charges. I would be surprised if
He's not seeing the max, and like you said, with the time served and all that, I wouldn't be surprised if they give him 5 and they say 1 year, 2 years time served, and then he's out in 3. Like,
he even saw the minimum. My guess would be, and of course I haven't passed the bar, so
Diddy free,
this is
bro.
just fucking Neanderthal spitballing. My guess would be
let's get this off of here.
they'll weigh the time served behind bars throughout this case, as like a, you've learned your lesson, and wiggle their finger, don't do it again, and give him some really light punishment. Very, very light sentencing. And then when he's out on bail or full-blown walks free, I imagine baby oil will go extinct. And I predict that there will be a freak-off the likes of which the cosmos has never seen. It'll be filled with so much degeneracy that it will give birth to Slanesh in the warp in real life. It's going to be a Warhammer 40k event. It's just so fucking despicable, man. It really is.
The fact that these sex trafficking charges, specifically with respect to Cassie Ventura, means that the jury was convinced by the defense, at least with respect to reasonable doubt, that the commercial sex, i.e. the freak-offs, were not connected to some of this violence, that there was not that force, fraud, or coercion element.
Like, we all know that they were.
By far, from a penalty perspective, the most serious. It carried a 15-year minimum. So that is a huge distinction.
Really feels like if you've got enough money, somehow a lot of those very serious, very well-documented things just never really seem to stick in court for some reason. It's so weird how that works. It's so odd how we see that happen so many times. I don't know. Something seems a bit fishy there. From everything I've seen from a couple of lawyers discussing it, the big thing here seems that the RICO charges weren't conveyed well enough for the jury to understand, and that it could have been, like, difficult in the first place as a potential overcharging on P. Diddy. So that was like an uphill battle.
He's not overcharged, bro. He's charged the way he's supposed to be charged.
How that shit works in court, like how it all shakes down, the fucking Rube Goldberg machine that is arguing RICO charges. Man, I'm not Saul Goodman. But outside of that, the lawyers also expressed how stunned they were that he was found not guilty on the sex trafficking by force and coercion. It seems like, at least from the lawyers that I've read and watched from, they were also very surprised that somehow the jury wasn't convinced on those. That one really did seem like a pretty big slam dunk in the case. Like, at least most sane human beings would think so, but
this shouldn't have even been a jury trial. I feel like
it didn't stick. Somehow
I feel like this should have just been a judge trial, bro. Like, the fact that it was jury left it up to so much, like, not coercion, but, like, I don't know. Like, people could be influenced so easily, so to make it a jury trial made it very easy for him to, like, to be free. Like, a lot of people have different opinions. I feel like it should have been the sole opinion of the judge. Like, did you think he did that nasty shit? Yes or no? Lock him up. But,
it didn't shake out that way.
Diddy don't come
to be found not guilty on those is baffling. Actually baffling. And I went to a live stream where some lawyers were talking, and reading the chat, it will make you lose all possible faith that there's real people online. There are so many people that are elated, celebrating that P. Diddy is free, and saying he should go as far as suing the government for the charges they brought against him.
Suing the government is crazy, but I could see people saying, like, happy that he's free. I mean, there's people on both sides. Clearly, this wasn't a closed and shut case. Clearly, because he's free. But, I mean, yeah, it's for the memes, bro. Diddy's free. Like, what the heck? Everyone's going to say that.
Unironically,
whether they're
I saw
joking or
someone
not.
donate saying, does P. Diddy have a case against the government to sue them for this? Holy shit. What? I don't know how so many people have been poisoned by stupidity. Like, there must be some kind of hole in the ozone layer that's letting pure concentrated stupid come through, and it is just destroying neurons at an alarming rate. Such an unfortunate outcome. There's a lot of people that are now going to need to be looking over their shoulder here with this P. Diddy verdict. One of them being a bodyguard who said if P. Diddy walks, he's going to need to go into hiding. I think that's not an exaggeration. He most likely will, in order to stay alive. This is a dangerous man with an extremely well-recorded history of horrible shit he has done, who is now getting let off very easily here. Now, if you're a sane, sensible person, you're probably pretty angered by the outcome, but we don't live in a world where everyone's sane and sensible. There is a not small group of people, the Free Diddy drones, that are very, very pleased. They're very excited that P. Diddy is going to be most likely getting let off super.
But I don't even think it's about him being free. I think they're literally just doing it for rage bait and for the memes. Like, I don't think they could care less if he's free or not free.
Weirdos. They're acting like they're part of the crew, part of the ship, like they'll get the invite to the next freak off. And they are so happy. Fucking weirdos out there. It's crazy how anyone can view this as anything other than a disaster. A fucking travesty where the justice system just failed so many people. Yeah, I'll stop ranting and raving about it. That's really about it. See ya.
WVid, W Charlie.